Well, welcome to the toss, and this is the final match of the night, day two of the 2019 US Open, and we are at the Central Broad Regional Park. So they just had the toss outside, and of course, Paramveer Tigers, they're coming up against Myrtle Grove. And joining us is Lesmond from Myrtle Grove and Adrian Ali, Counselor Adrian Ali from Trinidad and Tobago. And the news coming to us is that Adrian won the toss. And what are you going to do, Adrian?
We're going to bat first.
But given what we have seen here today, most of the teams batting first in the earlier part of the day lost the matches. But as the dew has taken effect, it's more difficult to grip the ball. So now we see teams looking to bat, bat first and put runs on the board and look to put the other team under pressure. Your thinking behind it?
Yeah, again, we're just backing ourselves to get a good total, and then from there we know we can defend it once we get a good total.
Your record this year so far in this tournament?
We lose one, we win one. This is a must-win for us. So basically, the knockout stage starts a bit early for us, and we're ready for it.
As the counselor being amongst the runs?
I haven't batted as yet, so I'm looking forward to batting for sure.
Of course, we want to wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
If I may just step across to Lesmond. Lesmond, you have no choice but to bowl.
Yeah, well, we lost the toss, so we're just gonna go out there and try to restrict them, lowest total, and then see if we could defend. We could chase it. You know.
And your record going into this game?
We won one and lost one. So it's just like you said, this knockout stage is starting kind of early for us. So whoever wins here have a chance to advance. You know, so it's gonna be a good game. We just have to put up a fight and show and back ourselves with it.
Great. So the news down here is that Paramveer Tigers, they've won the toss. They've decided to bat first. And before we go back to Master Control, I'm joined by Rosni Chasmawala, who is our social media expert, and of course, the man himself, Danny Khan.
So more cricket here as Myrtle Grove Miami Cricket Club takes on Paramveer Tigers, but the News Tigers are batting first. And welcome Ahmad Rana as Ali and Joran Utley out in the middle. Stephen Taylor with the ball.
Yes, Paramveer Tigers versus Myrtle Grove. Try to pull the ball, but Taylor is experienced ex-captain of USA. And Ali and Oatley, all these guys has played with each other so much, Lenny. We all seen them in different leagues. So they know exactly what to do with each other.
So Taylor has picked up off spin with a part of his repertoire now. Started with a top order batsman and then wicket keeper. And that is certainly a very, very talented player, Stephen Taylor. And now he's sort of like a more of an off-spinner batsman, complete all-rounder. And he comes into the bowling attack here, bowling to Utley.
So Myrtle Grove versus Paramveer Tigers.
So ball driven up towards the offside, got stopped by the man in cover. And that gives Paramveer Tigers another run on the board.
See, the extras were 5 wide extra. That's why the score is 7. Taylor to Ali. Single just down there for 1 run.
So final match of the night. We've seen a lot of cricket in the stadium today. And the Paramveer Tigers, one of the brand from US Tigers over the years. Sunju Patel has always led a good bunch of people.
Yeah.
They won the US Open one year.
Yes,
So it's 8-1, 8 without loss.
Yes, Sanju Patel and his cousin Jayesh Patel, they love cricket. They always bring Paramveer, and this time combined Paramveer Tigers to US Open. And they live in Charleston, South Carolina and Atlanta, Georgia. So this is good to see. The teams are coming for all over the USA for this US Open 2019. So after 1 over, 8 run for 0. And Taylor was the bowler for first over. Ali and Oatley Opening up for Paramveer Tigers. The last game of the night. We're going to be having a good action. Probably till 11 or 11:30. Because of yesterday rain, this 20-over games, they convert into 10 overs game to save the time and as many teams can play in the stadium. South Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So the new bowler is Walker. And Rollins is ready to face Walker. A swing and a miss. An appeal from the keeper. But umpire said not out. A good pacey bowler, Walker. Lenny?
Yeah, Delray Rollins out of Bermuda. Bermuda national player. He plays for Sussex also in English county cricket. A big swing and a miss. Ball going through to the keeper. As Walker gets a good delivery there to Delray Rollins. So ball played through the onside. Good looking shot here from Delray Rollins. And it goes away for 4. Lovely shot here from the Bermudan top order batsman, Rana. It goes away for 4.
Yes, they're looking good, after 12 run, no wicket has been fallen, 1.2, current run rate 9. This is what you want in power play. And, in the 10-over game, Lenny, only 3 over is the power play. And you got to do what you got to do because after that, the fielders goes towards back to the boundaries.
So Gaston Walker is the bowler. And Delray Rollins gets hold of this one. Deposited out of the playing area. And it's gone for 6. So good looking shot here from Delray Rollins. He goes up to 12.
Back-to-back boundaries. And the Rollins move to 12. So
yeah, look at that. Powerfully struck. And Delray Rollins, he's a top T20 player.
Yes, Paramveer Tigers. They are also a star-studded team. Sanju Patel loves cricket and coming to USA for last 10 years.
Yes, Rana, they have won at this level over the years, US Tigers. And so that brand comes back, and regardless of the change of name of Paramveer Tigers, somewhere along the line, it's part of the US Tigers still.
Yes, because Param is J. Patel's son names. So and Veer means like brother or not scared, like, Sher, like tiger. So Paramveer Tigers, they might change the name, but I think like US All-Star, Multan Sultan. So this year, Paramveer and US Tigers. So Lenny, I guess this is a good combination. Both teams are mixing up. Here's Walker to Oatley. Oatley tried to swing the ball, but it's a wide ball. And the score is 21-0. See, extras matter. If it's less extras, of course, it's going to be lesser scores. But the more extra you go, the more action replay. He tried to swing the ball, but wide ball. So the more extra you go, you're putting a pressure on your own team. It's not the other team putting a pressure on you. It's your own bowler is putting a pressure on you. They missed the catch. Plays towards the leg side.
Yeah, Rollins playing a ball onto the onside. Fielder getting a hold on it. Doesn't hold on. Rollins survives. So Otley comes back onto strike. And so Paramveer Tigers opening with Delray Rollins and Jordan Otley. And Gaston Walker. Ball going down the leg side. May have touched the equipment.
21 for no loss after 2 overs. So far, so good. Looking for Paramveer Tigers. Fielders coming from all over. And luckily, a good day for cricket and good day for US Open 2019. We had this is the 5th game going on in the stadium. And no rain. Lenny, I think you brought a good luck from New York. You got here a little late. I wish you wouldn't came yesterday so we could have some cricket. So Lenny the Lucky Man. That's going to be his new nickname. Lenny the Lucky Man.
So bowling change. Number 13 comes into the attack, and that appears to be Joseph Palmer.
Yes, Lenny, so far so good for cricket. US Open 2019. And you know, when Multan Sultan was playing, everybody's watching in Pakistan.
So Joe Palmer, that's a good looking shot, a good reverse looking shot here from Delray Rollins. And the ball races away for 4. So 25 on the board. Lovely shot here from the Bermudan top order batsman. Yeah, look at that. Ball races across the surface as the ground has certainly gotten drier during the course of the last couple of hours. And a lovely shot off the bat of Delray Rollins. Oh, given out. Jermaine Lindo raises the finger. And Delray Rollins has to go 25 for 1.
Yes, you know, you see the ball before that he played that shot and he got the boundary. But Palmer is an experienced bowler and he got him out. And you can see Paramveer audience in the back. Sanju Patel is laying down over there, keeping a close eye. They have a physio over there. Pardon me, Sanju is sitting down. And they look like professional team. They have a physio. They have a, like manager. Then, motivational person. So umpire says out. So 25 for 1. The Myrtle Grove really needed that break. So game look even Steven. So Blake is the new batsman. See, I told you this is both teams look like more players are from Caribbean. They know each other very well. Like Pakistani people knows the Pakistani people.
So 25 for 1. Alex Blake comes out to the middle. And we are in the third over, being bowled here by Joe Palmer. So ball turned into the onside. We'll wait and see. Alex Blake can score.
So tell the viewers about Alex Blake. I know he plays county cricket.
So seem to have come out from the English county circuit. Just a replay there as the ball turned into the onside as Joe Palmer continues. Joseph Palmer. And ball worked into the onside. So Blake is off and running. And it's up to 26 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Delray Rollins. And so far, Otley comes back into strike, batting at 25 for 1. Oh, it's high in the air. Fielders are running around. Oh, he floors it. So, ball in the air for some time. Bit of misjudgment from the fielder. And Otley survives. It's 28 for 1.
Good attempt from the fielder, but you have to realize it's not easy to catch that high ball under the lights. And you can see right here, he got under the ball, but couldn't kept it in his hand.
So Palmer's bowled a relatively very good over so far. Not only got the wicket of the big wicket of Delray Rollins, but was able to induce a faulty shot here from Otley that was not accepted by the fielder.
Yes, you cannot, give the chance to the batsman like that. So you have to take catches to win the matches. But let's hear about the situation. 29 after 3 over, losing 1 wicket. Do you think even Steven after the power play still 10 run an over almost?
Well, Delray Rollins would have been a big impact on this game. He's a top player, but he is gone. So I would say is still even, Steven, because they've picked up 1. It's 29 for 1, and the umpire a very pronounced stance when he gives his command.
It seems like he's washing the glass,
And his foot is very planted, so he's making sure he's well grounded.
Yes.
And I know it's windy out there, and he's not a big man, so probably he's trying to stay planted. So 29 at the end of 3, 29 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Delray Rollins.
You know what?
And out in the
Commentary
middle
box
is Otley and Alex Blake.
Yeah, in the middle is Audley and Alex Bragg, but between our middle was Vijay Prakash Malala. The umpire, maybe keeping an eye on us. Maybe he gave us out or not out too as well from the commentary box.
So Beckford given the ball. Beckford will come into the attack.
He got hit.
So not a single here for Paramveer. Paramveer Tigers, they go up to 30 for 1.
I think Blake is hurt because when Audley played that shot, it hurt him probably on his rib. We got to watch and see. Hopefully he doesn't get any injury. Paramveer Tigers need him. And of course, Audley didn't hit him. To hit him, it was an accident, Lenny.
Yes, part and parcel. In the military, they call it friendly fire.
And both of our umpire in the middle, Jeremiah Lindo and S. Kumar, keeping a tight eye.
So this one is powerfully struck. It's out of the playing area, just in front of the commentary box. And it's a good thing we are enclosed as we see the umpire, Kumar.
Yeah, I thought maybe this ball gonna hit the glass and probably break the glass. So you see me digging down, but you kept it straight. Probably you know how to catch that ball, Lenny, because I know you still play cricket on a Christmas day. It's like your tradition, right? So Blake moved to 7. Oh, ball kept it low, even though ball touched the wicket, but the bails haven't fall down. So once the bails not.
So Blake remains on 7. It's 36 for 1. Oh, that's a ball powerfully struck. Number 3, the fielder. He looks up. He goes over the ropes. And another 6 here for the Paramveer Tigers. And they'll go up to what? 42 for 1?
I think since after he got that hit, he probably started hitting those 6s.
Yeah, 42 for 1. Blake goes up to 13 from just 5 balls. A couple of 6s for him. Oh, this one is struck again. It's high and hard. Fielder settles under it and barely holds on. And it appears Alex Blake will have to wait and see. Did he take that catch?
I think he took the catch, but umpire want to make sure.
Oh, he's been given out.
Oh, he's been giving out,
he's been given out. So Alex Blake has to go. Couple of big strikes and falls. Let's take a look. He struck high in the air. And the fielder got under it, bobbled it a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Held on to it. Inches away from the rope. And that's the end of Alex Blake. So the Paramveer Tigers have lost, their 2nd wicket?
Yeah, well judged catch under the lights after hitting 2 6s. Blake is back to the pavilion.
So 42 for 2. So we welcome back Ian into the box, and Ian, perhaps even Steven so far. This is the fourth over, 42 on the board. Paramveer Tigers, they're scoring healthily at about 11 and over, but they have lost a couple of wickets. What's the give and take here?
Pretty going by the Paramveer Tigers, and I would say pretty well posed at this time. 42 for 2. We are just going into the fifth over.
So ball cut away here by Utley, will pick up one and brings the new man in, Ian Cockbain. They've lost a couple of wickets. They lost the wicket of Delray Rollins and that of Alex Blake.
Yes, Blake was really going pretty well. Get 2 hefty 6 there off Beckford. Was going for another when he got caught on the boundary.
Yeah, this is a big facility. You've got to make sure that you can be able to clear the rope. But what we have seen, Ian, in the games that played in the stadium, the batsmen have figured out which way to go for the maximum shots, and they've used this side quite fittingly because that's with the breeze. And of course, if you go on the other end, try to hit the ball to the top end of the ground, that could be the toughest one to hit because the wind has been stiff and steady all day today.
Oh, so in the Caribbean, we'll say, that's common sense. You want to hit with the wind, so the wind will help you, to carry that ball. When you hit against it, then the chances of you getting caught is pretty high because the wind is taking the ball back onto the field of play. So, it's hard to hit against the wind, so you want to hit with the wind, and they're doing just that.
So Palmer will continue, 43 for 2. And ball cut away here by Utley. Can't score. He remains on 11. So tomorrow we'll start the knockout stage of the tournament, and if you want to follow the fixture, this one is swung away. Good looking shot here from Utley. It clears a square leg, and it goes for another maximum here. Brings up the 50 here for Paramveer Tigers. They're batting a 55 for 2.
Well, you can see the Paramveer Tigers, the players are not afraid of going for the big sixes. And in this version of the game, that is what it's called for. Excitement, getting the big hits, let them count.
So 49 for 2, sorry. I jumped ahead of a 6 there, Ian. So the 6 counted is 49 for 2. Utley has gone up to 17. We are in the fifth over. Oh, that one is stroked and stroked nicely over the offside this time. And now comes the 6. Now comes the 5th. Jermaine Lindo raises the arms, signaling that the ball has traveled over the ropes. Take a look again. Utley. Oh, a lovely shot over the offside. Always a class to watch. And it's gone for 6. 23 to Utley.
Utley's going pretty well, taking on Palmer. And 23 in 12. That's a very good run rate there that he's going at.
So Palmer under pressure here.
Wow.
Oh, this one is smashed into the onside this time. And it's gone a long way into a bit of the darkness. And another 6 off the bat of Utley, 29 off just 13 balls.
Utley is definitely taking the bowlers on here. That one is like it's heading to the turnpike, if you ask me. He's really hitting the ball out of the park tonight. And Palmer is feeling the hands of Utley right here.
So Palmer under pressure. So ball cut away. Good save by the man out at cover. Saved more than one run.
Definitely saved a 4 right there. That was well timed. Placement was right.
So 5 overs gone, 62 on the board.
Paramveer Tigers going pretty well at this stage, you know. Halfway there, 62 on the board. I say they're doing pretty well.
So ball cut away. That's a good looking shot from Otley. Yeah, you're right on that. Had he not saved that, that would have raced away for 4. It would hit with some bit of power there from Otley. So he's played a good hand so far. And Ian Cockbain, quite possibly another player from the English cricketing circuit. So Otley will be the man on strike. He's been destructive so far. And a ball that is a signal wide by umpire Kumar.
So what I realize in most of the games, wide have played a big part in terms of the extras.
Yeah, certainly it's high in the air. He's giving someone a chance here. Oh, badly judged. And in the end, they settle for what? A couple of runs there. In fact, a single to Otley, boy, was in the air for a while. And the man running around from long on. Let's take a look. So the ball goes high in the air. Fielder comes around. Yeah, a little bit of misjudging there. Should have been on the ropes from the start, and you walk in from there on, Ian.
I think he was sleeping back there because, you know, normally the skipper would tell you to be on the fence and then walk in, but he was going back.
So Beckford to Cockbain can't score. And Paramveer, they go up to 64 in just 6 over, very healthy. And they come back for a couple of runs. So Ian Cockbain, he gets off the mark with 2.
Yes, for a moment I thought Otley was going to take all the strike, but, you know, Cockbain is finally off the mark, 2 from 2.
So Paramveer Tigers, they take on the... Oh, it's a big appeal. He's out caught behind. So Ian Cockbain getting on a faint edge.
Well bowled there by Beckford.
And so another wicket goes down here for Paramveer Tigers. They're batting at, what, 66 for 3? As Ian Cockbain goes for 2. Take a look. Trying to play through the offside. A very thin edge from here.
Yeah, very thin edge there, but well taken by the keeper. You know, well bowled to Beckford. You know, to bowl in at this stage of the game halfway when the batsmen are set, you know, especially Otley, he's set. So he's the batsman they would want to get out at this moment. 31 from 15, he's going pretty well.
So Kyle Myers comes to the middle. And he will join the hitman so far, Otley.
Yes, we want to see what Mayors bring to the table. You know, they're going pretty well, so I'm not expecting that they want to slow down at this stage. They're going at 11.7 per over, which is a decent run rate right now.
Yeah, certainly they've kept pace with a very healthy scoring rate, as we have seen in today's game. You make 120, 130, you could be relatively safe. Can't say too much about 105. We've seen 105 not hold up here today, and so probably the ideal score is around 120, 115, 125. That could be a good score, judging from the games that we have seen here.
Yes, based on the games that we have seen so far, you could safely say that 115 to 120 will give you a very good chance of winning that game. So the opening batsman, they know that, and you know, they come out. The aim, I think, is like 120 for each team.
So Otley continues to bat quite fluently there, just tucking the ball up uppishly onto the offside. Knows that it's a vacant area.
So Otley seems to be batting pretty careful, but at the same time, he's going for the big hits once you're offline. You know, he's taking advantage of it. And the bowler really have to think twice when they're coming into bowl to Atley, because he's pretty much set. You know, he's been there a while, 32 off 16.
So Myrtle Grove, Miami, local team here, Ian. I'm pretty sure you would have played against or perhaps on the same team with quite a few of the fellas here.
Well, I've played most of my game against these guys, you know. So
As we
I
see
know.
Lenroy White, a good friend of mine, when he was in New York, did some commentary gigs with him.
Yes, that's an Englishman. You know, you hear him commentating. You can't tell that he's not from England.
Yeah, he's had a couple of stints with him when he was in New York for some time. I think he spent a couple of seasons there, played for my local club, so I know him pretty well.
Well, he's a player who plays with all his heart. That much I know.
Oh, food for Otley, and smashed out of the park. First ball off the bowling of Lenroy White with all the ease in the world.
Well, Lenroy is coming in at a time where the batsman is going at it, and Otley, he's definitely taking his risk, but he's clearing the boundary. That's a good thing here.
So we're in the 7th over being bowled here by Lenroy White. And already Jordan Otley hasn't made him settle. It's one of the traits of commanding batsmen not to let any bowler settle if you're good enough to do it. And this one is worked into the offside, running for 2. They cross easily. And a couple more runs here for Otley. He's been quite productive here for the Paramveer Tigers, as he goes up to 40 from just 18 balls.
Yes, Otley seems to be the winning ticket here again for the Paramveer Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good ball here, full and wide. That has been a new tactic by bowler in recent time, Ian.
Yes, definitely you can see Lenroy there trying something, bowling it a little wide off the batsman. Pretty much full length, but a better ball. And batsman managed a single today.
Oh, wrong line and too short. I'm surprised that Myers hadn't done a lot more with that ball. Asking to be hit. Well, they get a single, so a little bit of minor triumph there for Lenroy White. And over has gone for 10 so far, so that's a good over here for the Paramveer Tigers. This one is worked into the onside. Runs here again for Otley. He continues to push ahead, and so far Ian has been quite successful at doing that.
Yes.
Put down earlier on, but it doesn't matter. Drop catches and that sort are part of the game. And Kyle Myers, the man on strike. Doesn't time it well, is Myers. And that will complete over number 7. It's 80 on the board.
Yes, 80 for 3 with 3 overs to go. We could be looking at a very decent total here tonight again from the Paramveer Tigers. Otley's going pretty well, and I expect him to continue. So we should be looking for a very good total.
So 80 for 3 at the end of 7. Myers is on 3. Otley is on 42.
I think the umpire is sending off a helmet or something.
So the action continues. Over number 8 in progress, as Thompson comes into the attack.
Yeah, we see Thompson being introduced, and a fairly decent spinner. He will give it some ear, but now and again he will give you a fast one.
So Otley continues to be quite aggressive. Picks up another run. Dwayne Thompson is the bowler. There we see on the screen Cockbane caught Les Lemon. Ball Beckford for 2. That's the last wicket. Another wide. We've seen so many in the stadium today, Ian. We should have. We never knew. We should have probably made a count of them, but and going through too many completed games.
Definitely a lot of wides today.
I'll be here all night.
I think we play another 10 over in terms of wides.
Yeah, of course. The time that it took here, we saw a particular over from Kyle Phillip that took a while to finish.
Yeah, that over took a very long while to finish. I think he had 13 extras in that.
So Jordan Otley he's batted well. And Paramveer Tigers, a big swing and a miss, slow ball on a very slow surface here. The covers have been on this pitch for a couple of days straight. So Dwayne Thompson is the bowler. Yeah, big swing and a miss. That's a good place to place the ball by Thompson, just outside off stump. Allows the ball to keep a little bit low. Ian?
Yes,
seems
Thompson,
to be a good plan.
Yeah, Thompson don't seem to be intimidated by Otley and the shots that he's playing. He just seems to be bowling his line, his length, keeping the focus, and he's doing pretty good.
So 84 for 3 at the end of 8. So they've gone very close to 11 and over. And with 2 overs remaining, can they reach the coveted 120 that we're talking about over and over?
Well, with 12 balls to go, 84 on the board, I'll say probably about 110 would be a good score for them.
Yeah, but we've seen 110 and 105 not holding up on a couple of instances. So if they follow the other games in the stadium, they'll probably want to alert themselves that 110 and 115 could be still a risky total on a chase with the likes of Stephen Taylor and company. They've and if a man like Stephen Taylor gets going here today, it could be a very, very tough night for Paramveer Tigers. So ball worked into the onside here by Myers. He picks up a single. It's 86 for 3.
So we see Stephen Taylor being introduced for the second time around back into the bowling. He's a pretty decent bowler, great keeper and a great batsman. Well bowled.
Yeah, that's a good ball, and we see in the background there Alomar Hutchison. Warming up there. He's a big hitter of the cricket ball. And without a doubt, I'm pretty sure that he will be next in. He does have a good tap on his hand.
Yes, I remember one season here when he take on Darren Powell. They needed like 20-something in that over, and he actually brought it home.
Yeah, that was the game that the Tigers won that year. Yeah, that's the particular match in which he came in and gave them a late inning surge that eventually saw those 20 or 30 runs winning the game. So, yes, you're right on that.
That was a game, I don't know if anybody would have forgot that one.
So we got about 8 balls remaining. Make that 7 now. So balls are running out here for the Paramveer Tigers. They do need some bit of momentum here. We've seen a tidy over here from Stephen Taylor at a time in which Paramveer Tigers will be hoping that some of them will be crossing and going over the ropes. And that's a big one into the night. Mid-off is running around. He settles on there. He doesn't take the catch. And they come back for a couple of runs.
So that's exactly what I was saying, that they may get to 110. Because, it would take some real hard hitting to get them to that 120. So now that is even looking dim.
So there we go with a replay ball high in the air off the bat of it appears to be Otley. And the fielder came around, had a long time to settle on the rate. In fact, changed position of hands. That's how long the ball take to come down. Was initially looking for the Australian Cup catch.
Yes.
And then at the last moment decided that he'll probably put out what we call a basket catch. So the umpires is imploring a man out. You cannot run on in the middle of the over. You've got to wait until there's a break in the action or at the completion of our over, and you've got to do it very, very quickly. So 89 for 3. 9 overs gone. Final 6 coming up.
Well, Thompson has the ball, and let's see what he'll do with this over.
So Myers have gotten hold of this one. Is gone all the way. The 6 signal from umpire Kumar comes up, and that's a 6 here for Paramveer Tigers. They're up to 95 for 3. Take a look. Yeah, smashed into the onside, into the swing zone of the left-hander.
Yes, Myers did pick that one up early, and he really dislodged it over the mid-wicket boundary. 6 runs to him.
So 5 balls remaining. Myers
Again.
goes again. Same result. Yes, same result, same vicinity. Couple of big sixes here from Myers. It's 101 for 3.
His final over seemed pretty interesting. 2 balls, 12 runs, a 6 and a 6. What is Thompson thinking at this time?
Yeah, a couple of big strikes here for Kyle Myers. And let's put Paramveer Tigers across the 100 mark. 101 for 3 with still 4 balls remaining.
Let's see if there's more where those 2 came from.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, batsman will be swinging for the fences, no doubt. Lots of wickets in hand. And we have made the point, this T20 version has nothing to do with preserving wickets.
That's a fast one.
Oh, there's a big appeal he's being given out. So might have been caught behind. Yes, in fact, he's caught behind. So Myers goes, he breaks the momentum here with a couple of big sixes. And he falls for 19. It's 101 for 4.
I was a bit surprised that Thompson did not use that fast ball much earlier, because I know he has that fast ball that he will just trap you sometime even within the crease. And he did use it now to good effect. So after being hit for 2 sixes, he came back and got himself a wicket. So the total 101 for 4 with 3 deliveries to go. And here comes Hutchinson.
Elmore has come to the middle here. He's suited for this condition and this situation here. How many can he strike with 3 balls remaining? And the funny thing, Ian, what usually happens, this is what usually happens. You come out here, you're looking for a big strike. He gets a single, because at this stage of the game, you can't refuse any run. And look what happens.
Well,
Look what could probably happen. A miss hit that goes for a single. Utley gets the strike back again. And all the big hype that Elmore has walked to the middle has no effect at all just because of him running a single. Do you refuse a single here, would you? With 3 balls remaining?
I don't think you want to refuse a single, not in this version of the game.
Oh, no! Commentator's curse has gone out of the area. A big strike from Alomar Hutchison has gone a long way. And all the theories and talk has really gone unfruitful there, Ian. It's gone for 6.
Definitely, Alomar Hutchison is living up to the expectation, because we expect that from him. Just a big hit. It's a hit or a miss for Hutchinson, and definitely he did get that right in the middle.
Yeah, a couple of balls remaining. It's 107. They still need 10 or 15 more runs. 107 is just around the borderline for a team to give it a good chase. That's a good ball. Good ball from Thompson, and I think that could be...
It's going to go for 2nd.
Yeah, coming back for 2. And now they go for 3, so... we'll have to wait and see. Man, taking a long time to release the ball.
Did he put the ball in his pocket or something?
Yeah, wondering why. In the meantime, Utley, who's been a very good striker of the ball, gets a chance for a last shot. at getting Paramveer Tigers beyond 110. We'll wait and see.
So they're right at that mark, 110 for 4 with 1 delivery. Thompson having a very expensive over.
Big swing tugged into the onside. Will be running for 2. They cross, they come back, run out 1. So could be the total is 111. 111 for 4 at the end of 10. So 111 for 4, 112 to win this match. Ian, your final thoughts?
Well, I'll say good performance all round from the Paramveer Tigers. 110, I think they'll be looking for a 120, but 111 is a total that you can always defend. We have seen in the earlier games, 115, 120 is a winning total. So as it is, I'll say they have a total that could actually bring them the game. So they just have to get some early wickets, and especially Steven Taylor, who is coming back from tour from the US. You want to get him out pretty early. So with the scorecard rollings, he had 13, Otley 47 of 28, Blake make 13, and Mayers contributed with 19 runs. And the total 111 for 5. And in the bowling, we have Steven Taylor, who bowled 2 over 13 runs. Very good bowling there. Walker had 1 over 13. Palmer went for 27 from his 2. Beckford went for 20 from his 2. And White, 12 from 1. Thompson, a bit expensive. His 2 cost him 26 runs. However, he did have 1 wicket there. So in all, total is 111 for 5, with extras being 8. Most of that being whites.
So we're back with our second innings, and we'll have the team that's they're going to be bowling right now. So let's see. What was the target again?
111 for 5.
So the Paramveer Tigers need to restrict this team to 111 to make sure that they end up on the winning side.
Yes, 111 required in 10 overs. And the run rate is 11.1. So Paramveer Tigers versus Myrtle Grove, Miami. Both batsmen are ready. Steven Taylor and Christian, the opening partnership. A good flick towards the leg side. We have to wait for
that goes for a boundary. So in the first ball, that's a boundary.
It's a good start for Myrtle Grove. Steven Taylor, the ex-captain of the USA cricket team. And he knows this ground in and out. 59 balls, they need to make 108 runs. Start with the boundary, that's a positive for Myrtle Grove. A good flick towards the leg side, just for 1 run, so that's where the experience comes in. When you hit a boundary, you rotate a strike. Alomar Hutchison was the fielder. Jagasar is opening the bowling for Paramveer Tigers. Sanju Patel is there. Christian is ready to face Jagasar first time. A good shot towards the leg side. The ball went outside the ground. I hope the fielder can get it because it's dark outside the ground. The floodlights are just inside the ground, Roshni.
Yeah, no, that was a great shot that he played.
So they're dealing in the boundaries now, putting a pressure on Paramveer. You can see in a replay, the ball went outside the ground, and cameraman has done a great job. Umpire says 6 run. So 11 for none. They're dealing in the boundaries, putting a pressure on Paramveer. Tiger.
Yeah, this is a crucial match for both the teams, so clearly they're trying to give it their all. It's definitely going to be a very competitive match.
and both players knows each other. They have played with each other for a lot of times. He tried to pull the shot towards the leg side again, but just one run will be adding to the total. So 12 for 0. So far so good for Myrtle Grove.
And that brings Taylor back on strike.
Try to flick the shot, appeal from Jagasar. Umpire said not out. Probably a leg by. So 99s required on 55 balls. And it was a good appeal, but ball going towards the leg side. So umpire said not out. One more run has been added to the total. Christian moved to 8, just facing 3 balls. And Taylor on 5 after 1 over, 14 for none. Roshni?
Yeah, so that was a hefty over. Let's see, Paramveer Tigers, if they want to, get back in the game, they definitely need to get some early wickets because I think with them, it's definitely going to go to a net run rate. So they definitely need to restrict Myrtle Grove by a large margin to top the table.
Yes, you can see outside, next to the boundary line, the Paramveer supporters are sitting down, keeping an eye close to this game. It's 15 after 10, but people are still here, Roshni, and we've been here all day long. I see you've been taking a lot of interviews, and you've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
From Afghan to Pakistan to India and Nepal. I think you didn't miss any cricket team so far.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to have and capture, all the players that have came here. It's very grand to have so many players from so many different countries. So I think, getting their interviews, getting their exposure out there, also kind of getting their insights with the tournament is really good. It's especially good for anyone that's looking to come into this tournament in the future. I think it's great for them to kind of get an experience and see, how the players have been, what they've been through, how the tournaments have been for them. So I think it's really good.
So US Open 2019 brought a lot of international flavor. Right here, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County Stadium. This is the 11th US Open 2019. And here comes the big man, Alomar Hutchison. Plays for USA national team. And he's a good batsman, but also a good bowler, a fast bowler. And let's say how Stephen Taylor and Christian going to handle him, because Stephen Taylor and Alomar play in the same
They
USA
both play
team.
for the USA cricket team.
So is Alomar for the first ball. A good ball, swing and a miss. See, he's using the pitch and he's using the crease. Sometimes you don't have to ball fast, but you can use the pace. And he knows it's a slow track because he has played here for a long time.
He definitely has a lot of experience to this ground. So that'll definitely help the Paramveer Tigers with his experience.
Christian plays towards the leg side for 1 run. The fielder is there. We are still in power play. After 1.2 overs, 15 runs for not out. So far, so good. Current run rate is 11.3. Required run rate is 11.2. So Paramveer Tiger versus Myrtle Grove Cricket Club. So MGCC. And Hutchison is ready to bowl the third ball. Stephen Taylor and Hutchison, like I said, Roshni, they played each other. And they know each other, weakness and strength.
They do. So this should be a very interesting ball.
Our friend Lenny Archibald is laughing. Here's come the Hutchison to Stephen Taylor. Taylor tried to play the shot towards the leg side. The ball went in the gap. They wanted the second run, but the fielder is there. A good fielding. So both teams are trying to put a pressure on each other. And whoever going to absorb the pressure in this match, they're going to win this match.
Honestly, no. It's going to depend on the net run rate. In their group, most of the matches. I mean, unless they have already a few teams that are 2-1. So right now, both these teams have won one and lost one. So it's going to come down to the net run rate.
A good ball right in the middle. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Appeal from the Alomar Hutchison. We have to wait and see. Umpire say not out, but a good fielding. A good rotative strike from MGCC. But Paramveer doing equally well. And you can see this. It's a misfield from Al Hutchison on his bowling, but the fielder is there and right there. Direct hit, Roshni.
Very good direct hit. But unfortunately, the batsman was past the crease. And Steven Taylor's hit that, and they get one run in.
The score moves to 18-0. So far, how's your experience over here in US Open 2019?
So I've had a great experience. So last year I was here. I came to watch the US Open, and I had an incredible experience. So I'm so glad to be a part of it, being able to do these interviews.
Last ball for the second over for Alomar Hutchison to Christian. Christian tried to swing. This is bad, but swing and a miss. So 94 run requires 48 balls. So tell the viewers about what really you like about US Open and how your experience so far going on.
So, I mean, US Open definitely is a great tournament. When I came last year, this was the biggest tournament I had ever seen. I had never seen any international matches before, and I think this gave me that kind of experience. So when I was able to see my first international match this summer, I was able to compare it to this. This is a great level. There's so many international players here. So many players from all over the world, even from the country. So it's just kind of great to see that. And especially, being able to kind of put my passion out there and kind of get involved, it just makes it even better.
Yes, and this is a cricket convention, I say, because people not only coming from USA and Canada or Caribbean, people are coming from Netherlands, Scotland, Ireland, England, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal.
Yeah. Paramveer's Tigers have a few players even from England that play county cricket.
So Waller is going to bowl the third over. Gap shot towards the cover. Steven Taylor knows this ground. Where to hit the shot. It's a power play. He's taking all the advantage he can. It's 22. Score moves to 22 in 22.1.
And that's a dead ball from Waller. Taylor's on strike right now. He's 11 for 6. And Taylor's hit that towards the leg side.
Yes, the score moved to 23, but it's a good change. It's not that easy to hard the spinner because the pitch has been slowing down. And you can see Samuel Badri took 3 wickets. Coming down the track, tried to send the ball outside the boundary, but it went to the leg side for just 1 run. So the score is adding up 24-0. 88 runs required in 45 balls. Current run rate is 9.6, and that's the last over of the power play, Roshni. A good shot towards the leg side.
And that's gone for a 6. So Taylor has hit Waller for a 6.
So you can see Myrtle Grove dugout start cheering it up. And a huge 6. They try to take the advantage of the power play. And look at the umpire. I like the way he raises his hand. He takes his time. You want to make sure the scorer and the spectators card that is a 6. Here's the Waller. Towards the leg side. The field, the protection is there. Just for 1 run. So you know what Steven Taylor is doing? He's hitting the boundary and rotating the strike. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, no, he's been playing phenomenally for the USA cricket team.
A good swing towards the leg side, but the protection is there. It's going to be only 1 run. So after 3 over, after power play, 32. So even Steven so far. So did you come last year to US Open as well?
Yeah, I was here as a spectator.
And this time you're working with the CCUSA?
Yes, so it's a credible experience. It's a full 360 for me.
And umpire shows the 360 hand that power play has been ended. Like he's cleaning the windows. Very good. And our co-commentator Lenny Acherbar is keeping an eye close on this game. He knows most of all the players. So Sanju Patel is talking to his baller that where he wants the field. Sanju Patel is from Charleston, South Carolina. A very successful businessman. And same business your father is at, Roshni Hotel Businesses.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
So mostly good Jews are keep buying this hotel. In USA and every hotel you go, either you will find Patel or you will find good Jew. That's a great thing. So I guess good Jews are taking over.
We know how to run our businesses.
Yes, indeed. So 32 for no loss. And you can see Alomar Hutchison wearing a sweater because it might be a little bit cold outside. We are sitting in the studio over here and we're not feeling that cold, but you know, so for some Caribbean people, that's too cold, they say.
Yeah, you can see in the background there's a lot of wind there. All the flags are flying, so it's definitely. Luckily, the weather was good today, but there was a lot of wind throughout the day, so that did make it chillier.
New bowler is Mayer. Oh, great shot towards the leg side. The fielder is there, but ball land in no man land. Just a 1 run. And you can see from the expression of Christian that he wanted that ball to fly out of the boundary. But so far, 33 for no loss. 3.1. So run rate is okay right now. Even Steven Roshni, 79 is still required in 41 balls.
Yeah, no. Right now, the Myrtle Grove are definitely cruising their way. For Paramveers, they definitely need to get a wicket. And that's hit towards the cover side. And it's restricted at the boundary.
A good fielding, saving 2 runs, but the throw extra, because of the throw, extra run has been added now. So Roshni, he saved the 2 runs, but sometime, overthrow matters.
Yeah, no, overthrows can really affect a game. We saw that in the finals of the World Cup.
Yes, indeed. A good shot down the track. He knows where the fielder was positioned, right in the gap. So here's Gamer. Christian tried to pull the shot, and that's what he was trying to do in the last ball. It went over the 6. So the score is moving along. 42 for none, and 70 more runs required in 39 balls.
That's a huge 6. And the current run rate did just jump up as well. So it's past the required run rate. Paramveers really need a wicket right now.
Yes, here's Christian. Again, try to pull the shot in the gap. And 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. There's the overthrow again, but Sanju's there. And you can see the Myrtle Grove dugout. They're cheering up. They keep saying one more to Christian. Good block hole ball, but they still steal the single. So score moves to 45 after 3.5.
And now it's the last ball of the over. Myers has already gone for 13 runs this over. And the last ball, Taylor's hit that for the cover shot. So that brings in 1 run. So after 4 overs, it's 46 for 0. And the target's still 112. So they're definitely cruising their way there.
Yes, it's a good, strong partnership. On 46, Taylor has contributed 23 runs in 11 ball. And Christian on 22, just facing 13 balls. So yes, current run rate is 11.5 and required run rate is 11.
Yeah, the Paramveer Tigers definitely need to break this opening partnership if they really want to get back into the game, because right now Myrtle Grove has this game in their hands.
Yes, and let's see how both teams going to do the planning, because Paramveer seems like cruising the ship.
And to make this even interesting, Dimil Patel is coming in. So we have another USA player joining us, and he's going to be bowling to Taylor this over. So let's see what happens. We have both USA players. You can definitely see some tension with the Paramveer Tigers. They definitely know, this is a do or die match. And right now the game is not in their hands.
Yes. Timil is the new bowler, setting up his own fielding. Stephen Taylor. And there's a good ball. So now it's going to be a little battle between Timil and Taylor. They played with each other for too long. And sweep shot towards the leg side. And Alomar Hutchison, the big man, is after it. And he stopped the ball. Saved 2 runs for his team. Paramveer Tigers need a wicket to get back in this game. As of now, Myrtle Grove is on top. Umpire is telling the keeper, just get ball on a 1 bounce. Again, try to sweep the ball, but we have to wait for the umpire signal. It's a leg by. So score moved to 49, Roshni.
Yeah, they're still cruising away. And this opening partnership, they're at 49 right now. So they're definitely, they're very comfortable out there. Both the batsmen seem very set.
The ball went up in the air. It's a good catch on the boundary. That's what they were looking for. The first wicket has been fallen. So Christian is going back to the pavilion.
That ball had gone very high up in the air. So that was a great catch, especially under these lights. So we do have a change in the commentating. We're going to have Lenny come back with us. So we have both Lenny and Fiza coming back with us.
So thank you, Roshni, and thank you, Ahmad Rana. Welcome, Fiza.
Welcome back, Lenny.
Yeah, it's a do or die, as our team was mentioning. The fact is that let's take a look at this one. It's high in the air, on a well-judged catch by the man running in there. The ball took a while to come down, and he bobbled it a second, but held on to it, and Paramveer has picked up their first wicket.
I think that was a great piece of fielding, watching the ball till the end, and just with a lot of confidence taking that catch. That was a much-needed breakthrough for the team.
So the new man comes out is Damian Rowe. And he comes out here at 49 for 1. They've gotten off to a good start. Stephen Taylor, one of the top talent out of the U.S. He's been playing at the U.S. national level since when he's about 14 years old. Played in the junior side and then, of course, got into the senior team. He hasn't missed a U.S. tour, so he's been quite a talent here in the U.S.
Yes, I think he's a highly resourceful player and a valuable asset, like he's proving to be. 14 balls and 25 runs, and he would need to play an instrumental role to reach the target of 112. But they still have 6 overs left, so that's a bit tricky one there.
So 50 for 1 as Rowe comes in to strike for the first time, Damian Rowe. And Timil Patel, one of the top leg spinner. With the U.S. national team these days, he's had some good tours and some good home games. So 50 for 1 at the end of 5. So they're going at 10 runs and over. And so this game is for all the marbles, Fiza, because the fact is, from what I understand, 7 groups. That will be 7 winners. And of course, the best losing team from the amount of all the winners, probably by net run rate. So that's the 8 team that will go on to the quarterfinal tomorrow. When it comes to this group here, this will be the deciding game. So the one that pretty much wins this game here could decide this round. So this is a do or die for both teams here, Myrtle Grove and Paramveer Tigers.
Yes, I think that puts them in a very crunching, pressurizing position, because chasing this target would be instrumental for Paramveers, and the other team would be trying their best to restrict them. So this is where the game gets exciting, and this is why enjoying this tournament. Thanks to the clouds that they went away.
Yeah, a bit of hold up here. A long conversation between the team. The umpires had to get involved. Like anything else, the umpires have always, in modern time, put great emphasis in moving the game along. They don't like delays at all.
Yes, I think this is where the umpires are really essential to have the game being conducted in a very good discipline. And also the time is of essence, obviously, when you're playing such a big tournament, because you have 28 teams competing together. So having this tournament of this scale in the US is a big achievement for obviously for MAQ ratio, of course, the organizer, and USA Cricket and ICC as well, because they have been trying to develop the game in USA as well, and this is a sanctioned tournament itself. So yeah, I think the umpires are doing a great and tremendous job, I would say, given the weather conditions as well.
So we'll have to pick up the bowler here. 5 overs gone. They're up to 50 for 1. They're chasing 112. And Fiza, we were comparing scores today. We had a good hand of having seen about 4 games. We know 115, 120, you're still on the borderline. You could win or lose. And anything beyond 120, 130 could be a winning total. We're looking at 112, which is into the red zone.
Yes.
It's still into the danger zone. As a new bowler comes into the attack here, Jagisar gets another recall here, and he will come into bowl to Stephen Taylor. Oh, Taylor goes high, and it clears long off, yes. And so Stephen Taylor picks up another 6, 56 for 1.
I think that's a great shot and a much needed 6 at this moment of time. And he's proving to be a man of his repute that has been instrumental for USA cricket. And I think he will need to stay at the wicket to take his team further away to the win.
So Vishan Jagisar being struck on a nice shot here from Stephen Taylor with all the power in the world. He's a burly chap. Strong shoulders, and these days they carry around heavy bats. So when the ball is struck, it's really big shots. This one he gets a single out towards the offside. And Stephen Taylor will be a threat here for the Paramveer Tigers.
Yes, I think now the current run rate is 10.7 and the required run rate is 11.8. So over here, I think the next 3 or 4 overs will be crucial. In fact, we're into 5.2 overs. So the next overs are really crucial for the team, and especially Taylor on strike. Taylor and Rowe, together they can build a good partnership.
Oh, Rowe takes this one out of the playing area. So his first strike, it's a big maximum. And Rowe has really come to the party here. So a couple of sixes in this over. Not a good one here for Paramveer Tigers. Myrtle Grove will be enjoying the way things have gone here.
I think if these two stick together and play these amazing shots, I think you never know, the result can be different.
So ball cut away here by Rowe, picks up another run. The run continues to keep flowing here. A couple of sixes to start. One off the bat of Taylor and then one off Rowe. So they've done relatively well in the opening stages of this over. Just a bit of history. US Tigers. Oh, that's another shot here from Stephen Taylor. Over cow corner. Into the darkness. And bye-bye South Florida. Bye-bye Broward Stadium. Off the bat of Stephen Taylor. Another 6-3 in the over. Here we go. Oh, he picked it up nice. Lots of power. Well timed. And once Stephen Taylor gets into once he ticks all the boxes with that shot, he's gone for 6.
And this is really interesting because the current run rate has just spiked to 12 runs and required run rate is 10.1. So this is really interesting.
Yeah, Jagisar has gone for 3 sixes in the over. That alone is damaging. And perhaps another couple of runs. So about 20 runs in this over. As the over comes to a close, 6 overs gone, 71 for 1. And Fiza, just to give you a little bit of history here with regards to the Paramveer Tigers. They come into this tournament called Paramveer Tigers, but over the year, the brand has been US Tigers. Sanju Patel has always led the team. And in 2014, they won right here at the US Open. They beat a team called Punjab Lions out of the Texas area. So they've had their success in the US Open. And they're come back for more here in 2019. Missing for a couple of years, but they're back under another brand called Paramveer Tigers. But the likes of Sanju Patel, that's the old brigade, so to speak. And this one is hoisted into the onside. Stephen Taylor on fire here. Another 6 off his bat is 77 for 1.
I think he's going to pull off an amazing innings if he continues this way, and he's just 4 runs short of a 50. This will be an amazing 50 being played in such a great situation, which is really pressurizing for any other player.
Yeah, Stephen Taylor on the go today. Lots of talent in this man. And Timil Patel. They've played on the same US team for many, many years. So, the fielder comes around, save the boundary. They come back for a couple of runs. So, runs still flowing here for the Myrtle Grove Miami Cricket Club.
I think what's interesting is I'm noticing a lot of calmness, a very calming vibe for Stephen Taylor. He's laughing there and, just playing his shots, which is a very good sign for USA Cricket to have such role models and for anyone wanting to develop himself and professionally play for USA. I think the likes of him can help the youngsters improve a lot.
Yeah, he's a very experienced player, Stephen Taylor, very talented. In the early days, he was a keeper. Then, of course, he's always batted at the top of the order. And in recent time, in the last year or so, he's been an off-spinner too. So, a ball eluding the keeper. Keeper might have been Adrian Ali. And Alomar Hutchison gets onto the ball, couple of runs there. So, Things not going too well here for the Paramveer Tigers. They badly need a wicket, and none would be bigger than Stephen Taylor at this point.
Yeah, I think another thing they can do is if they cannot get a wicket, they should at least really put on good fielding and restrict the runs. But Stephen Taylor just seems to be unstoppable right now.
Yeah, another 6 off the bat of Stephen Taylor. He goes upstairs as Jermaine Lindo, one of the other umpires who made his ODI debut. There we go. He chips down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball, and then it's all elevation. He knows his ground well. Stephen Taylor, he's played here many, many years. He's a local boy, and having played a couple of CPL matches on this ground too, so in all forms of cricket, he knows his ground pretty well. He knows the dimensions. Oh, pulled into the onside. He is destroying Timil Patel tonight as Myrtle Grove in a strong position here to topple Paramveer Tigers for perhaps a spot out of that group. There we go, short and pulled and hammered into the onside. That's a big shot from, again, Stephen Taylor.
It's just raining sixes right now, and I think he knows his game pretty well to play which shot and what kind of delivery is being pitched, and I think this is a great sign of a great player.
So 22 runs in this over so far. Not a good one here for Paramveer Tigers, but Myrtle Grove, with every big shot and every run that is scored, they get closer to 112. Not a big target. It's one of those scores that we saw today that was always going to be under threat, 112, 150, not this kind of scores you want to secure a chance of winning.
Yes, definitely, but the situation they were in earlier, it didn't look like they would reach even this target, but this is where you need really good performance, and batting itself is a really hard department in cricket. If you see that if you don't have a good batting lineup, the teams lose. But this is proving to be a really interesting game for the Grove, and Taylor is doing his job pretty well.
Yeah, with 60 on the board, he's really taking the game away from Paramveer Tigers. And fact is, when you look at the performance of U.S. Tigers over the years at these tournaments, failing to qualify out of the group stage might be a very big disappointment here for U.S. Tigers or Paramveer Tigers today. They have always factored into the last 8, the last 10 teams. And if they lose here tonight, good chance they wouldn't advance out of their group, which will be a big disappointment here for the Tigers brand.
It definitely will be a disappointment for them, but if you look at the bigger picture, it will be a great achievement for the tournament, because this is what we need. We need good quality cricket, balanced teams when it comes to competition. And this is what the aim is of MAQ himself, that he's trying to promote cricket in US, where the game is not as popular as baseball. But with CCUS's efforts, it has improved tremendously. And I think whoever loves cricket will be really enjoying this tournament with such games which are not that predictable. And this is what you need in sports.
So 19 required from 18 balls. In probably T20 cricket visa, you might be saying that a run-up ball is still not so much of a challenge from a batting perspective, but in T10, not too sure how a run-up ball will really hold up here with a rampaging Taylor, who has smashed 60 off just 25 balls. He has found the ropes. He has gone over the ropes quite a few times as Elmore comes in to bowl to Taylor. Oh, Taylor got a brilliant ball, but he was able to dig it out, gets a single, brings them closer to 112.
Yes, I think the shorter formats of cricket, they test the skill set of the batters especially, because they need to change their approach and adapt to the situation. And if it's run to ball or maybe having more runs to score, this is where you really need to strategize on the spot. And this is why batting is just that difficult. And this is where unique talent comes in handy. And these batters are proving to be really good right now.
So 95 for 1. Oh, flicked away nicely by Rowe. It's going to find mid-wicket and it goes across the ropes. So another boundary. The boundary doesn't stop flowing here. And 99 on the board. Big psychological difference when it touches 100. Here we go. Ball down the leg side. Wrong line. Flicked away by Rowe elegantly. And it goes a couple of bounces away for 4.
I think that was just a very effortless wristy shot, and this is amazing to see here. This is really interesting for batting talent, I would say.
Yeah, when we saw Paramveer Tigers posting 111, Ian and I felt that they're 20 runs short. And that has become quite a problem here. Not enough runs to defend. You're looking at 99, so another 13 or 14 runs will... The target is 112, so they need 13 runs from many balls remaining here. And the partnership has gone up, has come to 50. Stephen Taylor and, of course, Rowe, dominated by Taylor, of course. Rowe has briefly come to the crease not too long ago, but he's been quite productive. So ball played up towards the long on area. It appears Utley comes around, can't prevent a couple of runs, so the runs continue to flow here. And Paramveer Tigers having a problem to put a flow on runs here by Myrtle Grove, Miami. Tomorrow is quarterfinal day. 8 teams will battle out, and of course, every round that goes by, one team will drop out. So lots of cricket left tomorrow again, with the grand finale on Sunday.
I think what is interesting to see here is, that's an amazing shot. That's an amazing catch.
Oh my
That
goodness,
is an awesome
look at
catch.
that. Look at that catch. Has it come a little too late though? But what an amazing catch by the man out at the straightish mid-wicket area. Held on to the ball and held on for dear life. Rowe has to go. It's 101 for 2, Fiza.
I just love that catch.
Who's the guy? We gotta pick him up. Christian? Oh, take a look at that.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, might have been Christian. We'll have to check with our scorers who picked up that catch, but a very, very well executed catch. And you get the feeling that it might be a little too late, but in the end, that's the end of Rowe.
He actually plays cricket in UK. That's what I got to know, and I think he's proving to be from England.
So Taylor remains on 61. The new man comes out as Davis. Philom Davis. And he comes in here with just about 11 runs to go. 10 will level the scores. We haven't seen a super over. Not too sure if any happened outside of the stadium. But we haven't seen level scores in this series so far.
I think
saw
Davis,
one hat trick.
Yeah, I think Davis should just support Taylor and give him the strike, and maybe just keep rotating the strike, because obviously they still need to have a partnership, because there are only a few balls to go, and it is pretty much doable with a required run rate of 5 runs per over.
Yeah, it could get interesting if Taylor falls. I think that will really bring a twist in the game. Hutchison to Taylor. Taylor gets a full toss. Swings it away. And that could be the icing on the cake. So 105 for 2. Good looking shot again from Stephen Taylor. He goes up to 65. And he's batting like a champion today.
Yes, definitely. I mean, working in Pakistan and seeing the local cricket over there, and if you even consider IPL and all the big leagues, I think this is such amazing batting talent in the USA itself.
Stephen Taylor just paddling a full toss, a wrong pitch of ball there from Alomar Hutchison, and we'll have to wait and see out of the 7 groups you will have 7 winners, and then there will be the best loser, I think, based on net run rate. So the best loser among one of those 7 groups. So you never know if Paramveer Tigers is one of those teams. It will all come down for a fraction of points sometimes. And we'll have to wait and see, as it appears Japin Patel given the ball. And Japin has played at the U.S. national level over the years, so he comes in with some bit of experience. Top all-rounder Japin Patel. But can he save Paramveer Tigers today? We'll have to wait and see. Davis, the man on strike. Patel getting a little bit ball down the leg side, and they scampered through for what could be, not too sure if it's a run. It's a leg by. It doesn't matter. One is added to the score. It's 106 for 2.
We're coming closer to the end of the match, and it looks a bit easy for Groves. But let's see if Paramveer can just have an amazing spell of bowling. You never know, a great piece of fielding.
Yeah, they'll have to fancy their chances better when Stephen Taylor is not on strike. Stephen Taylor has single-handedly beaten the Paramveer Tigers today without a doubt.
Yes,
65
definitely.
from 28. That's a good score in any format of the game. And when you consider the context of a T10 game, it's an amazing return from Stephen Taylor. He continues to bat well.
And I think if he manages to win the game for his team, that'll be icing on the cake itself. But this is where the Paramveer, they will just need to basically try to pressurize him. And I think watching him bat, he has all the shots and he knows where to play. Maybe get him run out.
Yeah, they're 20 runs short for sure. Oh, taking on the pad. Big appeal sliding down the leg side. Jermaine Lind was certainly not interested. And so they scamper through for another leg by. They get closer to 112. And could be one of the teams playing tomorrow.
Just
And
4
we'll have
runs
to-
away. 4 runs away only.
Yeah, they're 4 runs away from playing another game tomorrow, living another life. And we'll have to wait on the competitions committee for them to come up with who advances.
Oh, it's going to be a long night deciding that.
Yeah, it's always is. Zafar Shah has his work cut out, and over the years he's done a tremendous job handling all the numbers and all the possibilities. And sometimes it comes down to a fraction of a number.
Yeah, and I'll be helping him, in fact. So it's going to be a long night for me as well.
Yeah, and that is why when you play tournaments in which just a few teams are in the group, every single run counts. Every wicket falls count. Taylor gets a ball. He slices this one off an outside edge. And I think the score will be leveled here if it's 111. Oh, it's 112. So
So
there
they
we
won
go.
the game.
Myrtle Grove has beaten Paramveer Tigers and certainly will advance to another game at least. And we'll have to wait and see the result as to where Paramveer Tigers lie. But Fiza, we've seen some good cricket. Another good game here.
Yes, definitely. I think Taylor is going to have a great day because this is, I think, the best thing for a batsman. A not out score, 70 of just 31 balls, and amazing shots that we saw that, and winning the game on top of that. So I think it was a great game of cricket. So we have the scores here. So Taylor himself leading from the front, 70 on just 31 balls, and Christian putting up a good knock, 14 balls for 22. And then we have Rowe, who supported Taylor a lot, building a great partnership that set the main platform from the Groves, and 6 balls and 13 runs, and Davis not out.
Yeah, you look at the bowling here, not much to talk about. They badly needed wickets at the top. They needed Stephen Taylor in all way or form or shape. Didn't get him an error, all the bowlers while they bowled. Perhaps a little bit economical, but not being able to penetrate was one of the problems here. It's 112 for 2, a very emphatic victory here for the Myrtle Grove Cricket Club team out of Miami.